How's it going, guys? Today we're at SEMA 2025. Right next to me, I got Josh White, which is our head guy that helped to develop the PolyFuse technology, which is what we will be talking about today. Kind of the first question that I had for you is, what makes PolyFuse so strong and durable? And I'm not talking about the weight capacity. I'm talking about, what makes it what it is in a sense of that, like burly, brutal strength that it has, where it doesn't want to, fall apart or delaminate like traditional top wood.
Well, I think what sets it apart the most is the two things. The way that it's built with a vacuum-assisted injection really allows us to control the process that consolidates the resin to the fiberglass. Mm-hmm. And we can keep the glass a little bit more controlled in how it's saturated, mm-hmm. which allows us more flexibility. It allows the material to move around without actually being broken as it does.
Yeah.
And the second thing is just the materials we use. We use premium materials in the process, and it really allows us to, again, control 100% in every aspect of how it's built, from the mold to the truck.
To the finish. One thing that I did want to ask, that I've seen throughout social media and other things like that, PolyFuse technology. It is fiberglass, right?
It is fiberglass.
Okay.
It is in a sense, it's almost no different than traditional fiberglass. The difference is in the quality of materials in the first place, and then again in the method of which it's molded. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay. And by now you can probably see that we've been standing on this whole time. I have my microphone here, and we've been standing on this. I'm jumping up and down. You're not hearing any cracking, any stress noises. You're not hearing any of that brittleness that would come from a traditional fiberglass top. These have a little bit more elasticity to it, I guess, if you want to say that.
It's a good word. Yeah, traditionally rolled out fiberglass is it's saturated with resin to the point where it's sticky. Mm-hmm. And it has to be that way so that when you roll it down, it stays. The more resin that you have into your laminate, the more brittle. Mm-hmm. And that's why on a traditionally made fiberglass cap, you could hear it crackle and snap and pop. Mm-hmm. And that's literally the fiberglass, and those strands are breaking.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, and I think that's one of the cool kind of features of PolyFuse is, like the Workforce, for example, the Workforce HD that we're standing on right now. It having that strength and not being as brittle, when you're out there in the field and you're working, whatever you're doing, you bump into it, you back into something, you're doing all sorts of stuff, you're making all sorts of mistakes throughout the day.
Sure.
It handles it a lot better than a traditional fiberglass.
Yeah, most of its strength really does come from the fact that it's flexible, mm-hmm. and that when you load it up with whatever you're hauling on top of it, i.e. ladders, whatever, kind of water tanks. I'm not really sure what all the contractor would put up here, mm-hmm. But you're going down bumpy roads, you're hitting potholes, you're doing the things. What happens is, over time in a traditional cap, is that weight produces pressure. Mm-hmm. And every time that weight produces pressure, it flexes that fiberglass. And when that fiberglass crackles and snaps and pops, it's exactly what it's doing, is breaking. Mm-hmm. And so over time you get cracks. You get cracks that run and spread because of the brittleness. In the PolyFuse technology, you don't have that. There's no voids inside of the laminate to allow cracks to run. And the process is so controlled that we don't have that much resin that holds those fibers together. Mm-hmm. And so when you hold those fibers together with the least amount of resin, you get super flexible. Yeah. That won't rip apart, tear, or crack.
Okay. Yeah. So it's a lot more forgiving in a sense.
Exactly.
Awesome. Well, you guys heard it here. A lot of great information from Josh over here about our PolyFuse technology and the new Workforce HD.